This is a lecture. We want to start the synthesis of a alpha beta unsaturated acid. So you must know what are alpha beta unsaturated acid. What are alpha beta unsaturated acid? So alpha beta unsaturated acid. These are the acid which contain C double bond OOH and at alpha and beta. Suppose this is to be COOH group. This is a COOH group. COOH, and at this carbon is alpha. This is a carbonyl carbon. After that carbon is alpha carbon, and next carbon is a beta carbon. So we want to synthesize alpha beta unsaturated acid. Now this is a double bond. Just we want to synthesize alpha beta unsaturated acid. See the step first. Again, as usual, step first, it is to be common in all 4 to 5 reactions. So what is that first step? Step first is the abstraction of alpha proton of ethyl acetoacetate. Now this one is a ethyl acetoacetate. This is a ethyl acetoacetate. This one is the ethyl acetoacetate. This is a carbonyl carbon and this one is alpha carbon. This is also carbonyl carbon and this is alpha carbon. The alpha carbon contain protons and this is a active methylene proton. As already I have explained this point, this alpha proton is abstracted by a strong base such as a sodium alkoxide. This sodium alkoxide is a strong base, C2H5O minus. This one is a strong base. This base abstract alpha proton and it gets converted into CH minus. This is the ethyl acetoacetate. It gets converted into carb anion of ethyl acetoacetate. Only this proton, this is the protons which is to be there. Now that is to be circled. Now that is to be removed here only, and it gets converted into what we can say that is a carb anion of ethyl acetoacetate. This one is a carb anion of ethyl acetoacetate. As soon as this carb anion of ethyl acetoacetate is formed, now that react. This one is a carb anion of ethyl acetoacetate. This is a CH minus. This is a CH minus, which is to be there. This is a CH minus, which is to be there. Now that reacts with a carbonyl compound, that is a aldehyde or ketone. But we want to synthesize alpha beta unsaturated acid, so you can use here aldehyde, simple aldehyde or aromatic aldehyde. If R is alkyl group, then this one is a simple aldehyde. If R is a phenyl group, phenyl, that is a C6H5, or it contain, if it is to be benzene, then this one is a aromatic aldehyde. So what happened here? At this CH minus, attack of a CH minus is to be takes place on carbonyl carbon, and at the same step this C double bond O is to broken down into O minus. Now so here you will get and here I have already written these two steps combinedly. See here, what happened here? Now that is there is a bond formation takes place in between CH and carbon, and at the same step O minus. So this O minus, it gets converted into OH. This is a O minus, it gets converted into OH. Just I can explain this point. Hazukai point, this point I can explain here. See here, this is the whole things. Just I can't write each and everything. Now this is a, suppose this is to be CH minus. Okay, so this is CH minus. This is a CH minus attack on a aldehyde. This is a R. Okay, this is a R. This one is a O. O gets converted into O minus, and this one is a CH. It is as it is. So what happened here? Now this O, it gets converted into OH. This is a O, gets converted into OH. Now that is the addition of H plus. And at the same step, there is a loss of a water molecule. That is loss of a H2O. Double bond. Of yourself. Rajashri.
लगलो बुढ़ाले कहते बुढ़ाले दिशा बुढ़ाले के लगना
Okay. Now what happened here? There is a formation of a double bond. So this step directly I have written here. This steps which is to be there. Now that steps already I have written here. Now that is there is a formation of a carbon double bond. So this is a product which is to be there. Now just already I have written here. Something is to be wrong. Wait a 1 minute. Now there is a formation of C double bond C, and these reactions also known as a Novengel condensation. Name of that reaction is a Novengel condensation. What is a Novengel condensation? It is the reactions in which generally carbonyl compound, that is a aromatic aldehyde or aliphatic aldehyde, when they react with the compound which contain active methylene group, it undergo condensation to give the alpha beta unsaturated product. So this is nothing but this are also called as a Novengel condensation. ठीक है, ये जो reactions है इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Novengel condensation. So as soon as, see here, simple, only there is a formation of a double bond. Simple. You see here, this is a H is to be added here. So this is a H, this is a O, and this is also H. Now there is a removal of a water molecule. In first step, addition of a hydrogen, and second step is a removal of a water molecule is to be takes place, and here you will get this product. Now after that, you know very well, next step is a hydrolysis. So what is to be done in a hydrolysis? So in a hydrolysis, now you can add water molecules. See here, the hydrolysis, again it is to be two steps. One is in presence of a dilute, that is the concentrated NaOH, and second is the in presence of a dilute HCl. Now, step first is a hydrolysis, and second is also hydrolysis. In this case, now the simple hydrolysis is to be there. We can add a H2O. We can add a H2O. See, this one is a, this is a, just I can write here as a OH. This one is a oxygen, and this one is a hydrogen. So the product which is to be there, now this is the CH3COOH. This is the one product, and this one is the hydrogen. Now this is the one steps of a hydrolysis. This is the stage 1 of a hydrolysis. So you will get the, this is the, and that is the addition of a water molecules. This is a H, and this one is a OH. This is also second, that is a, it is also hydrolysis, no doubt. Again, you can add here as a OH, and this one is a H. So this one is the second product. Now that is a C2H5OH. This is the second product, C2H5OH. This is the second product which just I have written here. This one is the second product, and our main product is a R. See, this is R. This one is a CH, double bond CH, COOH. So this is our main product. So there is a formation of a, this is the R. See, this is the R, CH, double bond COOH, and these are called as a alpha beta unsaturated acid. See here, now this is our main product. See, so just I can repeat once again. This is a, ये जो है ये है ethyl acetoacetate. Step first involve extraction of a proton by a strong base. ये जो base है strong base, ये क्या करता है यहाँ, ये जो proton है, proton is to be extracted, and here you will get this is the side product, that is the C2H5OH. ये जो है यहाँ पे side product मिलता है C2H5OH, and this is our main product CH3, C double bond O, CH minus, and C double bond O, OC2H. So that is this, ये जो है ये है carb anion of a ethyl acetoacetate. Okay, this. As soon as this carb anion of ethyl acetoacetate is to be formed, now that attack on a aldehyde, you can use a aromatic aldehyde or aliphatic aldehyde. So simple condensation is to be takes place. See, this one is a hydrogen, this one is oxygen, and ये जो है hydrogen. So there is a, in first step involve addition of a hydrogen, and second step involve loss of a that is a water molecules. Now that already I have explained, and you will get this one. और ये जो इंटरमीडिएट है, इसका हमने हाइड्रोलिसिस करने के बाद में, इसका अगर हम हाइड्रोलिसिस करते हैं तो यहाँ पे H, this is the OH, this one is the H. थोड़ा सा ये जो है, you will find that is a complicated, but this is a very simple. Now this one is a CH3COOH, this is the OH, this one is a C2H5OH, and this one is a, ये जो है, so this one is a CH, double bond is to be there, COOH. So ये जो है ये है आपका main product. So this is to be there. Now that is a alpha beta unsaturated acid. Now that already we have no-Wengel reactions. This is the scientist who discovered name of that reactions. Now that is nothing but a no-Wengel reactions. Now this already I have told you name of that reactions is a no-Wengel, and this is the condensation which is to be there. Now that is a no-Wengel condensation. So this is a no-Wengel condensations. Now we want to take a next one is a synthesis of a alkyl ketone. Synthesis of a alkyl ketone. Now we want to synthesis of a alkyl ketone. आता see ये जो alkyl ketone है, so we want to synthesize again by using ethyl acetoacetate. Again step first, it is to be common. So what is that a first step? First step is a abstraction of a alpha proton. यहाँ पे जो alpha proton है, so this alpha proton is to be abstracted by a strong base, that is a sodium alkoxide. This one is a sodium alkoxide. Now this one is a strong base. Now this strong base abstract, this one is a alpha proton, and at this step now this bond will be goes to here, and there is a formation of a CH minus. Now this is to be, this is the step first, it is to be common in all reactions, that is the formation of a carbanion of a ethyl acetoacetate. This one is the formation of a ethyl acetoacetate. Again second step is a common, which is already we have discussed in a synthesis of a monoalkyl acetic acid. See here, देखो हमने जो सिंथेसिस किया था मोनोअल्किल एसिटिक एसिड का, उसमें जो सेकंड स्टेप है, सेम स्टेप जो है यहाँ पे है, दैट इज अ reactions as this carbanion of ethyl acetoacetate is to be formed. Now that react with the alkyl halide. See here, ये जो यहाँ पे जो carbanion जो है, this is a carbanion of ethyl acetoacetate. जैसे ये carbanion of ethyl acetoacetate form होता है, now that react with the alkyl halide. Alkyl halide, now that is nothing but a RH. This is a alkyl halide. So what happened here? Now this is CH minus, attack of a CH minus is to be takes place on R, and at the same step there is a loss of a X as a X minus. See here. So what happened here? यहाँ पे क्या होता है? ये जो प्रोटॉन होता है, यहाँ का जो अल्फा प्रोटॉन होता है, जस्ट स्टेप फर्स्ट इन्वॉल्व, देयर इज अ लॉस ऑफ अल्फा प्रोटॉन. यहाँ पे जो अल्फा प्रोटॉन है लॉस होता है, और उसकी वजह यहाँ पे जो अल्किल ग्रुप जो है यहाँ पे इनकमिंग करता है. सो देयर इज अ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अ अल्किल, दैट इज अ अल्किल ethyl acetoacetate. Now this one is the alkyl ethyl acetoacetate. This is the carbanion of ethyl acetoacetate. Now this one is the alkyl derivative of ethyl acetoacetate. As soon as this derivative is to be formed here, now which all reactions with a dilute HCl. देखो हमने जो मोनोअल्किल एसिटिक एसिड प्रिपेयर किया था, उसमें हमने दो बार हाइड्रोलिसिस किया था. पहला हाइड्रोलिसिस जो है by using a that is alkali, strong alkali, that is a concentrated NaOH. वहां पे जो है हमने concentrated NaOH यूज किया था, और सेकंड स्टेप में dilute HCl हमने यूज किया था. यहाँ पे हम dilute HCl यूज कर रहे हैं. dilute HCl हम जब यूज करते हैं तो dilute HCl when we have used, this one is a dilute HCl, now it undergo hydrolysis. Only this one is a simple hydrolysis. Now this one is to be there. Now this is a simple hydrolysis is to be there. Now this one is a simple hydrolysis. Again this one is to be there. Now this is to be this is again it is to be there. Now this is the H and OH. Now this one is to be simple hydrolysis. Now that is a H and OH. This is the what we can say. This is to be simple hydrolysis is to be there, and we have only 10 minutes. Now this is a simple hydrolysis, and which on heating. So what happened in heating? What happened in heating? In heating there is a loss of a CO2. Now this is the second step, just I can explain here. Now that is nothing but a second step. Now that is a loss of a CO2. This is the oxygen. यहाँ पे जो है O(C2H5) already. ये जो है ये है oxygen है, and this one is the C2H5. So this is the second step. Now that already I have explained here. And now there is a addition of a that is a dilute HCl. It means that it contains H plus in water molecule. So this is the addition of this one is nothing but this is to be H, this is the H, and this one is the OH. So here you will get this is our one product now, that is the C2H5OH. C2H5OH ये जो है ये हमारा एक प्रोडक्ट है C2H5OH। और हमारा जो सेकंड प्रोडक्ट जो है यहाँ पे C है कार्बन, this is the oxygen and this one is the oxygen. Now there is a loss of a CO2 and this is our third product. Now that is a, this is a C here, this is R, see this is the R, ये जो है ये R है, ये this one is a CH2, this is one hydrogen, this is another hydrogen. Now that is R CH2, this is a C double bond O, this is also C double bond O, and this one is the CH3. So this is that is a alkyl ketone. These are called as a generally ketone. तो ये जो है यहाँ पे C डबल बॉन्ड O दोनों साइड पे अगर यहाँ पे CH3 अगर होता है, दोनों साइड पे अगर यहाँ पे CH3 अगर होता है, now we can say this is nothing but a ketone. बट ये जो है CH3 है, CH3 को कन्वर्ट CH2 एंड अगर हमने यहाँ पे R अगर लिखा है, now these are called as a alkyl ketone. ये जो है ये हमारा यहाँ पे जो है, now this is nothing but a, now ये जो है, so this you will get a alkyl ketone. Again I will repeat it. Step first involve, again step first it is to be common in all reactions, that is the abstraction of a proton by means of a C2H5O minus. यहाँ पे जो C2H5O minus जो है ये क्या करता है, यहाँ पे प्रोटॉन जो है लेता है और ये जो है ethyl acetoacetate, it gets converted into carbanion of ethyl acetoacetate. And as soon as this carbanion of ethyl acetoacetate is to be formed, now that reacts with the alkyl halide, that is the RX. ये जो है यहाँ पे अल्किल हैलाइड के साथ में रिएक्ट होता है और यहाँ पे जो हाइड्रोजन होता है, जो प्रोटॉन्स होता है, now that proton is to be replaced by means of a simple, that is the alkyl group. And next step involve reactions with a dilute HCl. So dilute HCl, that is the addition of water molecule. Now this is a hydrogen and this one is the oxygen. Is to be what we can say, that is the addition of that is a water molecule is to be takes place across this one. So here you will get a, there is a loss of a CO2. यहाँ पे जो है, यहाँ पे क्या होता है, CO2 जो है वो लॉस होता है. This is oxygen, this one is the carbon and this one is the oxygen. Now this is the CO2 and this one is the OH. ये जो OH है, ये OH C2H5 के साथ में combine होता है. So here you will get a C2H5OH and this is our main product. Now that is nothing but a C here, यहाँ पे जो है R CH2, this is the carbon, hydrogen and hydrogen, ये जो है CH2, C this is R CH2 C double bond O, ये जो है C double bond O है और ये है last वाला CH3. So in this way we have also seen the synthesis of a alkyl ketone. So just within 1 minute I will repeat all the reactions which is to be there. So just I will repeat all reactions in a, see here the first one is a synthetic reagent. Now this is a ethyl acetoacetate. Now that is the synthesis of a ethyl acetoacetate. In first lecture we have already discussed this is the synthesis of ethyl acetoacetate as well as its mechanism. Now this one is a mechanism of ethyl acetoacetate. Now this is already I have explained in previous videos. See, this one is the synthesis of ethyl acetoacetate. Second one, as soon as second is the synthesis of a monoalkyl acetic acid. Now this is the first reactions, that is the first application already we have discussed. Second application, that is the synthesis of a dialkyl acetic acid. Now that also already we have explained. Third one is the, this is a its hydrolysis. Third one is the succinic acid, that already we have discussed. Fourth one is the adipic acid. After that, synthesis of alpha beta unsaturated acid. Today's already we have discussed. This one is the synthesis of a alpha beta unsaturated acid, and this is the last reactions, that is a synthesis of a alkyl ketone. Now that already we have seen in current lectures. जो अभी का जो लेक्चर हुआ है उसमें हमने जो कि सिंथेसिस है, that is a synthesis of a alkyl ketone. Now that already we have discussed. In next lecture we want to see the synthesis of a malonic ester. ये जो malonic ester जो है, malonic ester का synthesis, और सेम ये जो एप्लीकेशन हमने यहाँ पे डिस्कस की है, सेम एप्लीकेशन है, उसमें खाली एक दो एसिड जो है चेंज करके दिया है. मोनोअल्किल एसिडिक एसिड, डायल्किल एसिडिक एसिड, इट इज टू बी कॉमन. It may be in that it is to be given as a glutaric acid, succinic acid, adipic acid, it may be not there. Rather than this one, alkyl ketone also it is to be there. So we shall stop here.